Today on the Superchargers, it's a truck lover's dream with eye-popping custom sport trucks and one-of-a-kind futuristic concept trucks. They're unbelievable! Join me, Jan Gabriel, as I travel to one of America's premier truck shows. Then, superstar Claude Akins takes you inside the world of sport trucks. Plus, you'll see modified semi-trucks racing wheel-to-wheel on high-speed ovals. And then the rough-and-tumble action of stadium truck racing. All this and more coming your way next here on the Superchargers.
The Superchargers, a fast-paced look at the professional and showbiz side of automobiles and more. You're in the driver's seat with cars and stars as we amaze, amuse, and entertain with unique car stories and more from around the world.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Superchargers. I'm Jan Gabriel. Today coming to you from Martin 131 Dragway, located just outside of Martin, Michigan. And we are here for Truckin' Showtime. This is one of 4 events put on by Truckin' Magazine. About 500 vehicles here. Should be quite a show. We like to do at least one trucking show each and every year. Kind of keeps us in touch with the industry. Now, a little bit later on, we're going to go gator racing, also stadium racing, and we're going to catch up on an old friend of ours, the star of stage, screen, and television, Mr. Claude Akins. You probably remember him best as Sheriff Lobo. He's going to show us some sport trucks. But right now, let's take a look at the show. This is the world of custom trucks. At truck shows like this, you'll find everything from classic trucks from the 40s and 50s to late model full-size trucks and bold new mini trucks. Each bears its owner's personal customized touch. Here's our sharp-looking mini panel. And this 50s pickup is restored to classic condition. Now let's look at some more older models. This yellow fat fender truck has a side lift bed top. Here's a spectacular combination of bronze and chrome. It's been fully restored to near mint condition. The early flathead engine sports 3 dual carburetors, while on the back end, the truck bed is a masterpiece of craftsmanship with a polished wood and leather look. This Ford F-100 in all black beauty has an unusual front hinge hood and a wood exterior on the bed, and an interior that's pure luxury. Now, take a look at the street rod simplicity on this baby, an all-steel 35 Ford with many modifications. The back bed is neatly finished with a flip-up top. The power plant is a 350 Chevy 4-bolt engine. The inside is simple, yet stylish. This custom 68 Chevy is a drag truck, complete with wheelie bars. It's got a tilt bed, and the rear end has been cut 20 inches. There's also a sleek cowl hood and a bold aqua blue paint job. And under the hood, you'll find a big supercharger. Eye-catching flames accent the tip-up hood and molded fender combination on this Ford. The engine is highlighted in paint rather than chrome. Now here's a very modified 1991 Chevy S10 sport truck. The interior is just as contemporary as the body. Exciting graphics complement the truck's high-tech engineering. And here's another Chevy S10, a pickup with a distinctively California flair outside and inside. This Chevy comes from the past, but it's been given a bold modern look by removing the top, lowering the body, chopping the windshield, and adding new grille work and hot graphics. The highlight of the show is this outstanding futuristic dually. It has a stretched bed, molded rear wing, and custom telescoping back hatch. And the paint job, wow, cherry red and charcoal over white. It's outstanding. As long as aftermarket applications are available, there'll be no limit to the dreams of the custom truck owners. Well, there you've had an opportunity to see some of the really hot trucks here at this particular truck show. And here's another one of my favorites, very futuristic. This is Dennis Nordstrom, and this happens to be his 1987 Chevrolet. And what a work of art it is. How long did it take you to build this?
Almost 20 months.
Now, one would assume this is all done in fiberglass, but not so.
No, it's all metal.
It's a lot tougher to do it in metal.
Yeah, it takes a lot more time, but I use a MIG welder pretty good. I've never used fiberglass. So.
Now, it's got dualies on the back. Where'd they come from?
Came off a Pontiac 6000 station wagon.
You've got some other Pontiac parts in here.
Yeah, the hatch is off the same wagon.
All right, it's really a beautiful work of art. truck of the future, if you will. There are also trucks of the future that are being built by the industry. They're called concept trucks, and we recently saw some at the Chicago Auto Show. Let's take a look at these beauties. This is the annual Chicago Auto Show. Over 1 million people come here to preview what they can expect to see in their neighborhood showrooms during the coming year. There are over 1,000 vehicles on display here, both experimental and production models. A special section of this show is devoted to trucks, showcasing vehicles that range in purpose from sport pickups to utility trucks and conversion vans. This Chuck Wagon dually pickup, designed by Chevrolet, combines a nostalgic look with the latest in engine technology. The truck gets its name from a full catering kitchen located under the canopy in the back. Under the hood is a powerful 6.5-liter turbo diesel engine, which delivers 190 horsepower. The cab is large enough for 3 adult passengers, and the kitchen holds enough equipment to cook for an entire work crew. Neon colors, so popular with the California studios, have found their way into truck design. This is the GMC Sonoma GTX, engineered to meet the needs of the light-duty sport truck market. Inspired by the highly acclaimed GMX Cyclone, the Sonoma is equipped with a port fuel-injected turbocharged V6 engine and 4-speed automatic transmission. Safety features include 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, rear-wheel traction control, and limited-slip rear axle. Inside the Sonoma feels like a passenger car with bucket seats, a tilt steering wheel, cruise control, power windows and door locks, and an AM/FM stereo sound system. The raspberry paint color is slated to become available in 1994. The Boss Bronco is a full-size utility pickup and 4x4. It is powered by a 5-liter engine with a 4-speed automatic transmission and overdrive. A one-piece grille and headlamp assembly include fog lamps and cooling slots. The Bronco's special roof is retractable for open-air motoring. A new wraparound rear bumper includes a frame-mounted trailer hitch for towing boats, campers, and trailers. Rear bench seats fold down for additional cargo space when needed. 17-inch wheels and tires maximize traction. The Ford Super Flare 4x4 can be used for both hauling loads and off-road driving. Its unique roll bar provides protection against damage to the cab as well as rollover protection. 17-inch wheels equipped with high-performance tires offer the driver improved traction. The Super Flare's interior features leather upholstery, a state-of-the-art stereo, and cellular telephone. Now on the outside, this Ford EcoStar looks like a production minivan. The difference lies under the hood. The EcoStar is the first electric vehicle which Ford is offering in the United States and Europe for fleet evaluation purposes. A standard front-wheel drive minivan has been modified to accommodate an electric motor, single-speed transaxle, electronic controls, and battery packs. A sodium-sulfur battery gives the EcoStar a driving range of between 1 and 200 miles depending on the speed. The EcoStar is powered by a 3-phase alternating current motor, which delivers up to 75 horsepower. Top speed is between 70 and 75 miles per hour. The van can accelerate from 0 to 50 miles per hour in just 12 seconds. An onboard charger recharges the main battery system while the vehicle is parked overnight. It operates on normal household 110 or 220-volt wiring. Using a 220-volt system, the van can be recharged in about 5 hours. The Ford Explorer Drifter is a road machine for all seasons and all places. Powered by natural gas, this street machine is a 2-door 4x4 with eye-catching, rugged good looks. The uniqueness and elegance of the Explorer Drifter begins with an open roof from the A-pillar to the rear of the vehicle. A newly designed body features unique doors and rear quarter panels accented by extended wheel lips. The grille, headlamps, and bold fog lamps are integrated into the front bumper. Also complementing the design are a new sloping hood with a power dome that allows the driver and passengers a larger field of vision than that of a production Explorer. Inside the Ultimate Explorer is an equally dazzling interior trim in rich lavender and tan leather. Under the hood, the Explorer Drifter has a 4.0-liter V6 natural gas engine that teams up with an automatic transmission to provide the pep and power that makes the Drifter a standout performer, cruising the boulevard or taking the back road fun ways. These concept trucks represent only a few of the many amazing innovations truck makers have in store for the future. Who really knows what tomorrow will bring? One thing is for certain, it will be spectacular. Joining me on the Superchargers right now is Brian McCormick. He's the managing editor of Truckin' Magazine. Let's talk a little bit about this sport truck phenomenon.
Well, over the past few years, we've seen the sport truck market grow very, very large. The manufacturers of trucks have come out with some great new body styles, and that has lured the aftermarket personalizing owner to come in and add all kinds of personal touches to the truck, such as ground effects packages, graphics, wheels, tires, lowering. There's a lot of performance enhancements you can do to a motor now that are actually street legal. You have chips and headers and things like that, such as what you'd probably see here on Mike Smith's truck, who was a grand champion winner at our Springfield event.
Okay, well, there's a little bit of an update. And right now, we've got a fella standing by who has got some great sport trucks to show you. He is the star of stage, screen, and television, Mr. Claude Akins.
Part of the lifestyle here in Southern California is having a set of Hot Wheels. And lately, the most economical way to achieve this is with a sports truck. You add your own special touches, like your favorite accessories and an incredible paint job. You can end up with a real work of art. Well, like these great-looking show trucks loaned to us by Chuck Lombardo of California Street Rods. The sport truck aftermarket business is alive and growing rapidly all over the United States. Young creative customers are mounting accessories on Fords, Chevys, GMCs, and other trucks. It's becoming the thing to do. On average, people are spending up to $2,500 on each individual truck. With your imagination and any number of accessories, you can create and stylize a sport truck that has your own personal excitement. You can start by adding on a ground effects package. That makes the truck look lower, leaner. Next, you might want to add a new grill work. Brushed aluminum is popular, as is the old standby chrome. And designer sports mirrors are a must. They give the truck a nice high-tech look. Spoilers are another addition that can individualize a truck. The list of accessories is incredible. The final statement you make will be the paint and graphics work you put on the truck. It's your signature that says, "This is my masterpiece." Well, that's a look at the outside of these trucks. Naturally, there's a lot more that can be done inside and underneath, but we'll save the engineering for another time. Now, don't go away. We'll be right back here with more on the Supercharger.
Hi everybody, I'm Gabriel. Welcome back to the Superchargers. Today coming to you from Martin, Michigan. We're at a drag strip at a truck show, and center stage right now is the wheelie truck. That was Bill Golden Maverick in the Little Red Wagon. That truck has been around for 28 years, and Roy Trevino. And as you saw, it was the Little Red Wagon that won it all here this afternoon. Well, as we said, this program is all about trucks and truck racing. And right now, we're going to see some semi-truck racing. Take a look at this. Somewhere back about 10 years ago, a bunch of speed-worshipping big rig drivers invented one of the world's most unlikely motorsports, diesel truck racing. These 10-wheeled titans were standard over-the-road tractors, slightly modified for racing. They weighed about 14,000 pounds and stood 10 feet tall. And after running at near 100 miles per hour for only a few laps, tires would frequently blow out from the heat, putting many trucks out of the race, or even worse. Now, like all other forms of motor racing, big rig trucks have evolved and now have their own sanctioning body in Big League Racing Series. GATR is Great American Truck Racing, called Gator for short. It has created an immensely competitive series of short track truck races on both asphalt and dirt at short tracks throughout the southeastern United States. Today's racing rigs bear only a mild resemblance to the race trucks of even 10 years ago, although they are still based on production-style tractors that began life as long-distance highway trucks. They have been lowered, shortened, and lightened to better tackle their new job description. Powered by either turbo diesel V6s or V8s, pushing out about 1,200 horsepower. They weigh between 9 and 10,000 pounds, have 4 or 5-speed automatic transmissions, and stand 3 feet shorter than their taller predecessors. But with most of the weight up front, they can still be tough to handle. And on tracks with fairly long straightaways, the Gator rigs can actually high-stick it up to over 100 miles an hour. Now, most of them use coilover shocks, tires with shaved treads to increase traction and reduce heat, and they can cost anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000. Many of the drivers on the Gator circuit are involved in the trucking industry as truck drivers, truck dealers, mechanics, parts distributors, or independent owners. Most have sponsors, some race full-time, and a few have raced in automobiles previously, like Newt Ingalls, who found that these race trucks have a payload of plenty of muscle.
I think that the quickness and the power of the trucks. It caught me off guard at first. It felt like a car, it handled like a car, it spins out like a car, and they bend like a car.
Now, as you might expect, moving 5 tons at this speed puts a premium on stopping power. And the beefed-up air brakes on these trucks can begin to heat up in a big hurry. And racing accidents, well, they can happen often, from minor spins to multiple truck pileups. This incredible bone cruncher happened seconds after the checkered flag in this race, which is normally designated as the cool-down lap. However, it'd be quite a while before this driver cooled down after being stuffed into the wall. And this guy, definitely not his good buddy. One aspect of the great American truck racing that is slowly finding its way into other styles of motorsports is called the race safe system. A small onboard receiver is tied into a central transmitter in the starter stand. As soon as anything happens on the track that brings out a yellow flag, a yellow light instantly comes on in each truck, warning the driver to immediately slow down. Charlie Baker is one of the top Gator drivers. He echoes the sentiments of just about every other driver on the circuit concerning the race safe system.
We run a lot of dirt tracks at night, and the smoke gets pretty heavy sometimes. Some of these tracks we're running don't have a lot of lighting system, and a lot of times you're driving, where you can see in front of it, but you can't really see around the racetrack, boy. And when that yellow light comes on the dash, you know there's a problem. And I tell you what, it's been a godsend a lot of times. We really like them.
The Great American Truck Racing Series continues to grow in popularity. It's a new kind of high-powered excitement on wheels, and America loves every mile of it. I've just come out of a pit that's almost 9 feet deep. It's all part of a racing course here at the truck show called the Triathlon. And I'm going to tell you, if you've ever driven the Triathlon, you'll never forget it. So you think you've got a tough off-road vehicle, huh? Well, here's one way to prove it. This is the Tough Truck Triathlon. It's an off-roader's paradise, or inferno, depending on how you look at it. Here on the obstacle course, the driver bounces, slides, skids, and plows his way over bumps, hills, and around turns. Both driver and vehicle needs the ability to withstand incredible punishment. The rest of the triathlon is made up of a 1/8 mile drag race on asphalt and a run through the mud course. The overall winner is determined by the best average time in all of the categories. The Tough Truck Triathlon represents the ultimate in off-roaders' endurance, mechanical excellence, and driving skill. The winner of this event can truly be called King of the Off-Road. Up and down, turny, twisty, as you can see, it's quite a ride. Now, there's also another rough and tumble trucking sport. That's called stadium racing. Let's take a look at that right now. This is the rough and tumble world of off-road truck racing. It takes the harsh abuse of the outdoors to entirely new heights. These trucks are built exclusively for long race competition, and they've reached the state of a new sophistication far removed from the sport's early days. Today, these mini-sized pickups are built from the ground up at a cost of nearly $200,000, combining the agility of a sports car, the endurance of a tank, and the leaping ability of an off-road single-seater. Off-road racing, as we know it today, was born back in 1967, when organizers staged the Mexican 1000, a madcap dash down the length of Baja California, Mexico. That inaugural event was the start of a wild and progressive motorsport. And when you consider the elements, treacherous terrain strewn with boulders, gullies, washouts, mud and sand, and non-existent paved roads, you realize how dangerous it can really be. Here, a Grand National Sport Truck takes on an unlimited single-seat dune buggy in head-to-head competition. True to its status as the premier vehicle in off-road racing, it's the sport truck that charges forward, taking a commanding lead over the dune buggy. These are the headbangers of off-road. It's stadium racing. It's like motocross with pickup trucks. And what a pounding they take. Twisting, turning, bobbing, and weaving are all part of this fender-flying sport. The trucks are specially built to handle the bumps and jumps that these punishing short tracks dish out. As you can see, getting upside down is no big deal here. Neither is flying through the air. These ground pounders tear up the track as they maul and bash one another, scrapping like alley cats, and it doesn't stop. This exciting new form of motorsports earned a healthy respect among members of the automobile racing fraternity. It takes a tough driver and a tough vehicle to survive in this sport. Now, it's tough, and it's demanding on the racers, and only the strong survive and go on to win. It's a sport that includes different classes of trucks, dune buggies, and yes, even motorcycles. And it takes a real man, and sometimes a woman, to tough it out. The war goes on and continues to the checkered flag. There's no mercy for either man or machine. If you want to pass a guy, you might just have to move him out of the way, nudge him a little bit, or a lot. Trucks pile up on top of each other like wild animals fighting over a kill, accelerating, braking, turning, dodging the barriers and other trucks. It's an insane but exhilarating experience as you feel every jolt from head to toe. It's one of the wildest motorsports in America, a chunk of Baja racing packed into the dangerously narrow confines of a stadium. Excitement never looked like this before, and maybe never will again. We're back with just enough time to thank the good folks who brought out all these great hot trucks today. My thanks also to Claude Akins. And my thanks to each and every one of you for joining us on the broadcast. Until next time, I'm Jan Gabriel for the Superchargers. Bye for now.